Hey all, Brent here with a little anime primer on anime meta-genres, i.e. the large genres that they use to sort of slot anime into. And these are kind of the demographics, the main audiences that an anime is intended for. And we got four of them, put up on the screen now. You've got Shonen over there, followed by Shoujo, and then Seinen, and then Josei. I'm never going to get this right. Anyway, each one is about a different gender or age group. Shonen, we'll start off with, is aimed at preteen, tween, and young teen boys. So think more action-y shows, more adventure-y shows. Mecha shows are often done in this. Over here in the West, think of shows like G.I. Joe or Transformers in my youth, or like Ben 10 or Teen Titans these days. Again, more action-y shows. A lot of the superhero stuff. Over in Japan, some examples of that would be Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Bleach, all those super popular shows. Then in terms of shoujo, that is same age range, aimed at girls. So maybe 8 to 15-year-old girls. And those tend to be less about guys beating the snot out of each other and more about girls metaphorically and socially beating the snot out of each other in classrooms. Sometimes there's some action, but it tends to be more relational based. There'll be some romance in there maybe, and then some action. So think over here of Twilight would probably be shoujo. Also maybe Dawson's Creek, shows like that on TV. Shoujo's quite popular. Shonen tends to be sort of the most easily exported of these genres, but you'll see a lot of shoujo over in America, in Japan. It gets plenty of its folks. Then you have seinen. Seinen is, instead of for young boys, this is for young men. So older teen, young adults, men. So some of the mecha stuff tends to go in that corner, along with some of the harem anime and comedies and such. Over here, think of things like The Dark Knight would be a good example. Actually, a lot of the superhero movies aimed at sort of that young men demographic. Certainly a lot of the action movies. But seinen shows tend to be more targeted. They tend to be more dramatic as opposed to melodramatic. They tend to tackle more serious issues. Good examples of this in Japan would be Akira or Ghost in the Shell, where they're a bit more realistic sci-fi. They tend to be a bit more complex characters dealing with real serious issues and a little more mature, and not just in a sex and violence sense. So seinen tends to be kind of the holy grail for a lot of anime fans in terms of being a little deeper, a little more serious, and wow, this can actually go somewhere. Then you have Josei, which is the female equivalent of seinen, so aimed at young women. This is a tiny market in Japan, though. There's very little Josei over here. You'll almost never hear the term over here, mainly because there's so little of it in Japan and very little of it gets exported. So like over here, we have something like maybe Desperate Housewives would be an example of Josei, or like a Nora Ephron comedy. Over there, it tends to be hot guys making out is Josei, and it's just very tiny. There's very little anime. There are very few anime fans who are young women in Japan. It's just they're doing other stuff. So it's a tiny but emerging market. It's starting to grow. So those are the main meta genres. I'm planning on making more videos about some of these genres further on. So look for those. And until next time, if you have any more questions about this, want to find out more, post in the comments. Thanks for watching. Take care.